Tory Lanez. So after Megan Thee Stallion interview dropped with Gayle King, where she spoke about being by Tory Lanez and what happened the night, some things are, there is a lot of holes in the story. In the interview, they showed a text message that they say KELSEY Nicole, her friend at the time, sent to one of the security guards saying Tory Lanez did it. Something about this is weird. It's like people know what's going on behind the scenes and what they are doing when it comes to them having or doing certain things. It's almost like Tory Lanez is being framed, and a lot of people behind the scenes know this. That's why they don't mess with what's going on, because they know it's not even about Megan, it's about the team and stuff that's around her. And we all know that Tory Lanez has been trying to speak out about it when it comes to his music. And it's just crazy because WACK100 spoke out about the situation. It's one of the things he's been speaking about, and he even predicted this was going to happen. This very interview, he said exactly what was going to happen in this interview, the things that he was going to say, who she was going to do the interview with. It is crazy.
She gonna pull a gimmick, break down crying to the world, give us all this sad story about people she lost in her family. A bunch of shit that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. And then everybody gonna say, oh, okay, we understand. Why this?
I'm saying, which one is Megan gonna go on to do what you're talking about? You know what I'm saying?
Probably Gayle.
So that's what WACK100 said. Isn't that crazy? There is also people breaking down her body language and stuff, and the fake tears and all of it, how she was trying to make herself cry when she was talking about the situations, and certain parts, it's just not adding up. It is crazy what they are doing. There is no solid proof that Tory Lanez did that to Megan Thee Stallion. There's no solid proof that he actually did it, or else he wouldn't have been outside. And notice what they did to DJ Academics when he put out the information that the results of Tory Lanez's DNA not being found on the gun. They tried to come out and say it was not true, and then DJ Academics had to come and shut them down and stuff and say that this is a fact. They tried to go through all these loops of trying to make people believe that DJ Academics and them was lying, until it finally came out that it was true. And then they had DJ Academics' account removed. They had his account removed for putting out that information, for putting out the truth about that information. They had his account removed. This goes to show you it is being done by the labels. This is the work of the labels. The reason why people don't believe the story, it's because stories is not adding up. The transcripts do not match. It doesn't match, and people know for a fact, and they are not letting her say certain things. And why can't KELSEY speak? Why can't KELSEY speak right now? People are actually thinking that KELSEY is the one who did it, her friend, and not Tory Lanez, but it benefited them. And people believe it started from the time she made that phone call the night when she called her managers. If she didn't tell them it was girls, and she told them straight up it was Tory Lanez, he wouldn't have been here today. No one was in her ear then. I believe even if the situation did happen to where it was an accident or something, they would have still pinned it on Tory Lanez. Notice the patterns that's going on. It's not even about Tory Lanez or how they put out there and how they made people perceive her as a liar, because they were advising her. It's about the story to these labels and what they could have sold. And that's why as soon as that information got to the managers and stuff about a gun going off in the car, they had to pin it on the person who has the money and stuff, which person they would be able to benefit from more. And that person was Tory Lanez. It could have been anyone. It's not even about Tory Lanez. It's about the story. It could have been anyone. It didn't even have to be, because Tory Lanez was more the beneficial one. That's why they pin it on Tory Lanez. There's body language experts breaking it down and all of it, and the tears and everything, and how you react, and there's people pointing out the colors that they used in the interview to get certain response. And when you go back and you look at certain big interviews that was done, you can see the same pattern. And mind you, it is crazy because what's happening to Megan Thee Stallion is not right. People are not feeling for the situation. They did that to her. They did that to her. The way they put out the story, that's why people are not feeling the situation and people's feeling like she's lying. It's because of the way the story was put out. You can just tell something is odd and off about it. There's people that felt like from the beginning, if she told the truth, it would have made her look bad and done something to her career. That's why it ended up going that way. So Dababy, after all the things that happened with Dababy and stuff, he got into another situation with Wisdom, someone who took a charge and still has that charge going on, and end up giving him hands and stuff and all of it, right? After that went viral, people started talking about all the things that he's been doing, all the stuff that he's been getting into, and why this is going on. Why is this stuff happening with Dababy, the industry and all this stuff? Why is this stuff happening? People also find it really strange that he didn't end up doing the guy that went into his property trespassing the last time. They find it weird, and he came out and said that he steps righteously and had the opportunity to take that person's life like he did the first time, but he didn't do it. So people also find that it's just a weird energy around the situation. So now with him and Wisdom went viral. Rolling Stone released a video of the situation that happened in 2018, and mind you, this is a video that some people may not have seen today because of the time it happened back then. People were a bit weirded out by that video being dropped. Now everyone finds it a bit weird. They put out this video and it came across like a new video when really and truly this is an old video, and this video was played in the court. It was actually played and stuff, and he still got off on South. Dababy even responded to it saying that they're trying to brainwash the media and stuff because that video was already played in the courthouse and everything. The family are saying something different. They're saying that it's nothing what Dababy is saying. Henry was actually a fan of Dababy, and Dababy went and did what he did to him in the supermarket and stuff. They had that video go viral and all of it, and people are calling Dababy a cold-blooded. People are saying it's not self-defense, but then when you really look at it, you can't really tell if it's self-defense or not because you don't know what's happened before and in between the video and stuff. It wasn't really caught on camera, so it's kind of a weird situation. But all the things that's been happening since back then, when it comes to that situation with Dababy in the supermarket, I feel like there is some sort of weird energy around that situation. There is a very, very weird energy around it. Like that's why them things is happening to Dababy, because that boy, because of what he did to that boy, it wasn't right, and the boy knows it, and that's why he's not letting Dababy rest.